Hello, I'm Hunter Cobb, Sigma Chi. I'm the former internal chair and current recruitment chair of U of L's Iota Lambda chapter, and today I'm here to talk to you about our outstanding communication and branding. The spirit of Sigma Chi presents the idea that people can share meaningful bonds while maintaining their individuality. In the 31 years of its existence, the Iota Lambda chapter of Sigma Chi has established a strong presence on U of L's campus as a top-tier fraternity in academics, athletics, service, and the university social scene because we pride ourselves on this idea as well as the ideal of possessing different temperaments, talents, and convictions. Striving for this ideal and the idea of individuality is what has made our chapter as prominent and as prosperous as it is right now on campus. Understanding this and understanding the importance of strengthening our relationships as well as growing new ones, we as a chapter decided to implement an attitude branding strategy to this year's marketing plan in order to display the unique capabilities, point of views, and personalities that make up our Iota Lambda chapter. An attitude brand strategy is used to create an emotional connection with one's audience and community. It focuses on certain feelings, lifestyles, or identities. An example of this can be seen in somebody wearing a pair of Vans skate shoes. A person does not just make a fashion statement by wearing a pair of these shoes. Instead, one is also making a statement about their identity and personality. By implementing an attitude brand strategy on popular applications like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and GroupMe, Sigma Chi has been able to showcase the different temperaments, talents, and convictions that make up our chapter. From SIG spotlights that recognize the individual achievements of brothers like our very own musically talented and artistically gifted brother, Kevin Niehoff, to post about our chapter's Wrap Up Louisville Philanthropy event and 80s themed annual Spirit Week, the Iota Lambda chapter of Sigma Chi has created an honestly personable and impressively positive social media presence by focusing on the different feelings, lifestyles, and identities that make up the members of our chapter and the events that we are involved in. Along with this active social media presence comes our active on and off campus involvement. Having high ambition and being considered a congenial disposition are two standards that our fraternity has for its members. It is because of these expectations that we pride ourselves in getting involved with things outside of our internal chapter affairs. Having members a part of numerous different organizations on and off campus, the Iota Lambda chapter of Sigma Chi has been able to effectively communicate and build relationships with people outside of our Greek community. From our member participation in the Cardinal Ambassador and Cardinal Guide programs, as well as having leaders in organizations like the University of Louisville's Lions Club and the student-run Raise Red Committee and Executive Board, our chapter prides itself in branching out of our Greek community. With the help of our congeniality and high ambition to succeed, our members are capable of transforming their involvement into strong relationships that open up doors of opportunity for the rest of the chapter. On campus, our involvement is evident with our overwhelming participation with organizations such as Raise Red. Last year alone, the Iota Lambda chapter had a total of 12 members on the Raise Red Leadership Committee and Executive Board. In this same 2019-2020 year, our chapter raised a total of $83.6 thousand with the help of 25 brothers fundraising over $1,500 individually. Off campus, our involvement can be seen in our Wrap Up Louisville Philanthropy event, where we as a chapter managed to donate a total of 4,856 blankets to the homeless through the City of Louisville Salvation Army and their Wrap Up America campaign. Through the help of technology and social media, our members are encouraged to remain in touch with our alumni. Thanks to features like our chapter alumni Facebook group and the feasibility provided with this form of communication, our members are capable of communicating with former Sigma Chi's across the world at a moment's notice. The incorporation of technological forms of communication like this have opened up many opportunities for our chapter, including hosting a concert in October of 2019 with Brother Joe DePace of Western Ontario's class of 2013 and the world-renowned Canadian music group Loud Luxury. With our world becoming increasingly focused on technology, and with nearly every one of our members having their own personal form of social media, we as a chapter understand the importance of our brand being known and accessible, as well as our brand being well received online. Being a chapter with over 100 members, all of whom pride themselves in their respective opinions and mannerisms, we understand that mishaps and misleading reflections of our Iota Lambda chapter are likely a possibility, which is why we put in a major emphasis on educating our members on our fraternity expectations for them as a man. The standard with which the fraternity of Sigma Chi started was declared by Isaac M. Jordan to be that of admitting no man who is not believed to be a man of good character, a student of fair ability, with ambitious purposes, a congenial disposition, possessed of good morals, having a high sense of honor and a deep sense of personal responsibility. Understanding that this Jordan standard is one that every Sigma Chi lives by, one should also understand that this standard impacts the way that our chapter deals with its members and their presence on social media. In order for one to be considered a congenial disposition, one must be considered pleasant because of their personality, qualities, or interests. Understanding this, as well as understanding what it means to have a high sense of honor and a deep sense of personal responsibility, has allowed Sigma Chi to avoid any social media mishaps over the past few years. Members of Sigma Chi understand that they are to adhere to this Jordan standard every day and in every aspect of their lives. Members of Sigma Chi are reminded of this standard and the standard with which the fraternity holds them to every week when our president recites the ritual text of our fraternity at the end of our chapter meetings. Realizing the need to prepare for an instance where a member might violate our chapter and fraternity expectations, we put in place a judicial board system where we meet and discuss the ramifications of inappropriate and unacceptable behavior on and off social media. With meetings and hearings being held on a need-to-have basis, the judicial board consists of our chapter vice president, 4 brothers, 1 from each academic class, who are elected by the members of the respective class, and the chapter advisor, who participates in all proceedings but does not have a vote in the final decision-making process of the discussion. The judicial board has 4 purposes. 1, to hold brothers accountable to the expectations of the Sigma Chi ritual. 2, to respond fairly and decisively to brothers who have brought dishonor to the chapter and the general fraternity through their actions at any time while in or out of the chapter. 3, to hold brothers accountable for violating any Sigma Chi governing law and or chapter bylaw. And finally, 4, to hold brothers accountable to the 9 basic expectations of fraternity members as outlined in the Sigma Chi Code of Conduct. This Code of Conduct is presented to every member when they sign their bid of Sigma Chi, and it states, I will know and understand the obligations stated in the Jordan Standard, the Sigma Chi Creed, and the ideals expressed in the Sigma Chi ritual, and will strive to incorporate them in my daily life. With all that being said, I would like to thank you for your time today and conclude this presentation by saying that as Sigma Chi's, we hold ourselves to a higher standard than most. Through our use of social media and technology, we as a chapter have prided ourselves in showcasing the many differences that make up our uniquely special Iota Lambda chapter. From on campus to off campus, the men of this chapter have presented our community and audience with congeniality by offering a helping hand to those outside of the Greek community, because we truly believe in the standard with which this fraternity was founded. Understanding the need to protect our brand and image as a chapter, we educate our members on this standard, while also preparing disciplinary measures in order to hold members accountable for any possible ramifications of poor judgment or behavior. With the communication of these measures and through our unique branding on social media applications, our community has been able to understand what it means to be a man of different temperaments, talents, and convictions, as well as a man of Sigma Chi. Thank you.